All right, video number 3 of my 21 takeaways that I write about in one rental at a time. Again, this video series is inspired by the #1 real estate investing or real estate coach, Mr. Tom Ferry. If you haven't seen the interview, check it out. It was posted on December 18th of 2019. Number 3, you must get buy-in from your significant other. Perhaps the question or comment I have gotten the most over our decade and a half, nearly 2 decades of doing this is, how do I get my significant other on board? Right? You have to remember our journey that we write about in this book includes the time before and the time after the peak. We write about lots of mistakes. We write about investors blowing up and losing millions of dollars. And, there are still people scarred by that activity. And there'll probably be people that are scarred for a long time. It'll be like the Great Depression for, my generation. They'll always look back on it and go, ooh, that hurt. And we just need to realize that. So I believe it's critical to get the significant other on board. I'm on record and in many, many conversations, I say, I don't want my significant other 99% on board. I want them 100% on board. And just so we're clear, this goes for man or woman. I have seen it both ways. If one partner is gung-ho, ready to go, ready to commit time and financial commitments to this real estate investing, one rental at a time, you need to be careful because you have to both be on the same page. And the only thing I can do is tell you is to have a conversation, have lots of conversations, and listen. You need to listen. I know it's hard. You want to tell them all these good things. You want to show them the spreadsheet. You want to show them the videos. But before you do that and you try to shove your excitement down their throat, be a good partner. Step back and listen. They're going to tell you why. Maybe somebody in their family got hurt. Maybe lots of people in their family got hurt. Maybe they heard something or did something or who knows what happened. But listen. And you have to be on the same page, because if you're just 99% on board, this business is going to test you. Again, I am on record with saying real estate investing will test you and test you often. And it tests you the most in the first 5 years. And if your significant other, man or woman, is not on board, that first eviction, out. That first water heater break, out. You're going to have so many fights. Plus, you were talking about committing your time and your excess time and dollars. And some of you don't have a lot of time or dollars. So just think about it. Oh my gosh, you're going to take our hard-earned savings that we've took a decade to build and you're going to buy a rental property? Are you kidding me? You need to listen. You need to really appreciate where they're coming from, because you don't want real estate investing and the act of being a landlord to be a reason for a fight. It's hard. The rewards are worth it, and if you don't believe me, read the first 100 pages of this book. It talks about our journey, the ups and downs, pre and post crash, and there's a lot there. And maybe I have them read the book. It tells the story of my wife and I in there, so it's man and woman. You really do have to be on the same page. I'm on record as saying is if you're gung ho for this and your significant other isn't, don't do it. Because you're just asking for a fight, and probably a huge fight. You don't need extra stress. Most of you are full-time employees. You have so few hours and your dollars are limited. So why risk it? Why? You've just got to sit down and talk. Most of the time they'll tell you, and you can either deal with the concerns, you can mitigate the concerns, or you can show them how to get around it. Or maybe they've come up with something that's legit and causes you to have caution. So at the end, number 3 of my 21 key takeaways to successful one rental at a time is make sure your significant other is on the same page. All right. And again, thank you, Mr. Tom Ferry.